Hey guys, it's me, Pokey, and welcome to my corner of the internet, where you're always safe and you're always welcome. And you better have left your stress at the door. Anyway, I have a juicy one for you guys today. I asked my Discord to ask me some juicy questions, and my god did they deliver. So that's what we're going to be doing today, answering some juicy questions. And before I get into it, if you guys do want to join the Discord so you guys can participate next time I do something like this, I'll have a link down below. With that being said, let's dive into the good stuff. Our first question comes from Jalapeno, and he asks, are you in a relationship? Let it be said that he typed this question the second I started asking people 4 questions. Kinda makes you wonder his intentions. Anyway, no I'm not. I am the singlest of Pringles. Jalapeno also wants to know how much I've spent on Fortnite. And listen, I'm gonna stop you right there. There are some things in this world that are just better unanswered. Well over $8,000. Anyway, the next question comes from Shorky, and they ask, how was I introduced to the fandom? And to be honest, I actually stumbled across the fandom completely organically with no outside influence. You see, back before I was publicly known as Pokey, I had an entire different branding known as JDubs TV. I had built my whole branding at that point around Apex Legends, and there came a point where Apex was just starting to get boring. So what did I do? I started playing other games. But because Apex was what people expected from me, the second I would play anything else, people just wouldn't watch. Around the time I stopped being interested in Apex Legends, Scarlet and Violet had just come out for the Switch. And I've always been a massive Pokemon nerd, so I saw this as my chance. I had seen people VTube in the past, and I thought that would be something kinda cool to try. So I was just kinda looking at how to set up a VTuber model, specifically for the Pokemon Zoroark. I've always loved Zoroark, which in hindsight, I probably should have seen the signs sooner. But anyway, when looking for assets to make a VTuber, I came across lots and lots of Zoroark art. And I mean, lots. And it was that rabbit hole that I went down that introduced me to the fandom. Shorky also wanted to know if there was something I really want to do in the fandom. And yes, that is to go to a major con. MFF is actually only a 6-hour drive away from me. And yes, I know it's typically the biggest fur con of all time, but my toxic trait is thinking I'd be able to handle it. But I don't know, if there are any other Midwest cons that you guys think would be a better first experience for me, drop them in the comments below. And the last thing Shorky wanted to know is if there's a country I really want to visit. And yes, I've always wanted to go to Japan. I consume so much Japanese lifestyle content, and I just want to go there and see if it's worth the hype. I know I love the food. I'm really curious about all the technological innovations that they have. And have you seen a Zen garden? Alright, next up, Nerd, or as we know him, Mocha, wants to know what my favorite stream in the past year has been. And without a shadow of a doubt, it has to be the stream that I did on January 1st of this year. This stream marked a major turning point in my life, as it was the first time I ever publicly opened up about my sexuality, as well as I debuted my Sona. So it was kind of a bombshell to say the least. But what was so special about this stream is that I had all my immediate family and my work staff watching. And if that doesn't show you how shameless I am, I don't know what does. Next up is another question from Mocha. Did you get the drugs? The mafia is at my door, send help. Oh my god, Mocha, I'm so sorry. Listen, if you run into the kitchen, you know that floorboard that creaks all the time, lift it up and... Anyway, the next question comes from Glitterwolf, and I think this takes the cake as my favorite question so far. She wants to know what kind of gym I would have if I was a Pokemon trainer. Dark type, 100%. My team would consist of the following: Bisharp, Absol, Thievul, Morpeko, Umbreon, and of course Zoroark. My lead would be Morpeko, and my ace would be Zoroark. For all you nerds, of course. And the next question comes from Cletus the Mutt, and he asks, why a kangaroo? Listen, as you can see, I've undergone a little bit of changes since announcing my Sona in the first place. But initially when I first debuted my Sona, it was just a pure kangaroo. And the reason why will underwhelm you. My name is Joey, and a baby marsupial is called a Joey. So I wanted to either do a koala or a kangaroo, and I just really liked the way the kangaroo's tail looked. So I went with a kangaroo. But let it be known that I am now recognized as a fennec fox kangaroo hybrid. And this actually transitions quite nicely into the next question from Shadow Wolf. They ask, if I could keep the core design of my persona but change the species, what species would I pick? And that's just it would be a koala. Shadow Wolf also asks, since I've started streaming, what is one thing I've grown to love about my community? I'm gonna take this as since I've started streaming as Pokey. And what I will say is it's harder to find something I don't love about my community than it is to find something I love. My community is essentially my family. As someone that's never really kept a large amount of friends around them IRL, having such a tight-knit group of people in the form of my online community really means a lot. Everyone I've met through streaming as Pokey has been so uplifting, so encouraging, and I honestly just wouldn't trade you guys for the world. Our next question comes from Torin, and he wants to know what my favorite thing I've done is since becoming a furry. And it has to be Jickerdor's Fortnite tournament. On the second ever Twitch stream I did with the furry tag, Jickerdor popped into my Twitch chat and invited me to a furry-only Fortnite tournament. And at this time, I had never networked with anyone else in the furry fandom before, so I saw it as an opportunity to do that. And oh my god, I'm so thankful that I did. By sort of diving in the deep end and doing this Fortnite tournament, I made some of the strongest relationships I've made in the fandom even to date. Our next question comes from Abraham, or as I know him, Chicken. This particular question holds a special place in my heart because this is the question that I ask all the newcomers in my stream. And it's none other than the gas station question. My personal go-to snack and drink from a gas station are some Twizzlers and an Arizona green tea. And the final question comes from Honeybee Fox. And she asks, nom nom? Only if you're gentle. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys participating and asking these questions. This is a style of video I've always wanted to do. And if you guys have any more questions for me, leave them in the comments below. Or as I mentioned earlier, you guys can join the Discord and there's a whole channel in there dedicated to asking me questions. I definitely plan on doing more stuff like this in the future. But until then, know that you are loved and appreciated. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your morning, day, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. And I'll be seeing you the next time you decide to come around my corner. Bye! Mwah.